Okay, now we'll be starting the info session. So first of all, I want to tell you about the Google Cloud Study Jams. It is an initiative taken by Google developer groups, and they are giving us access to Google Cloud Platform so that we can access courses and use the labs, do the hands-on, and learn various things. The best part is that it's completely free, and you're while you're limited to a few credits, but there are 400 of them, and you have to use them appropriately in the right courses. As you know that in the enrollment mail that most of you have gotten, you have also been given a syllabus, a campaign syllabus, and you have to make sure that firstly you're prioritizing the syllabus, the campaign syllabus, and then you're proceeding to do other courses, if any. If of your interest you want to try something else, you're welcome to do that, but only after you have already completed the study jams syllabus. And you can look forward to Google merge or swags, but only for the top 100. So you have to complete these labs and courses as soon as you can to get into the top 100, because only those people will be getting the merch and swags. Apart from that, on completion of this course, you will be getting a certificate recognized by GDG, and you'll also be getting badges for each module that you complete. Alright, so the timeline, as you all know it, is from 1st October to 31st October. So the complete month of October you have for this. So make sure that you are uh, making the most out of this campaign. All right, now moving on, we have our cloud lead, Ruhina. She'll be telling you about the fundamentals of cloud computing. Okay, on to you, Ruhina.
Uh, Assalamualaikum. Hello, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
So, hey, everyone. I'm Rohina Moin, your GDG Cloud Execom lead. And in this part of today's info session, we're going to do something super important. That is, we lay down and try to understand the super basics, which are required, which we are required to know before starting the hands-on labs on the Google Cloud platform. In this session, we'll dive into the fundamentals of cloud computing and we'll try to understand what the cloud really is for those who don't know here. So, how many of you are really aware of what the cloud really is? Just drop your brief answers quickly in the chat so that I can see it. Meanwhile, let's discuss. So, what do we actually mean when we're saying the cloud? And no, of course, I don't mean those fluffy things in the sky. Virtual stuff. Mohammad Shabuddin. This virtual stuff, a server, a place for storage. Part of it, yes, storage. When Instagram stores its reels. Partially, yes. So, okay, good answers, guys. That's good. I want you all to imagine. Let's take an example. I want you all to imagine our college, MJCET, needed a cafeteria for say about 10,000 students every day. So, would we build a giant kitchen from scratch, or what about just renting a big hotel kitchen that scales when the events come around? Which one seems easier? Building a giant kitchen from scratch, or just renting a big hotel? What sounds like a better option?
Renting.
Of course, renting. Yeah. So an already established, pre-built, pre-ready with all the tables and chairs in the kitchen and the stuff, fridges, etc. A massive food place, or that sounds much more feasible and convenient and easier than building a huge, massive kitchen in your college, right from scratch. So that hotel kitchen is the cloud, your customizable cloud. And today I'll show you how we rent, cook, and serve using the cloud, and how you can try it for free yourself. So what is the cloud? The cloud is just someone else's computer or many computers that you use over the internet. So you can think of it like electricity. Instead of buying a generator ourselves, how do we get it in our homes? You plug into the grid in your building, right? And you pay for what you use. The electric meter shows how much of electricity you've used for the month. So you pay accordingly. That's how the cloud works as well. Uh, just quickly give a hand raise. Who here stores photos on Google Drive? or more like iCloud for the banked Apple users here. Say iCloud. Yeah, you can raise your hands. I see 13 hands raised. So basically, that is you using the cloud. How many of you guys knew that? Let's take another example. Imagine your laptop is like a tiny kitchen. Now you cook meals while into the work you're doing there. You store ingredients. Let's say those are your files. Your ingredients are your files. But you only have space for few spices, all right? That it's a tiny kitchen. But now, what if you had a super kitchen in the cloud? A huge, always open, and it can be shared with any among your friends worldwide. That is the cloud. It's a giant network of remote computers that store data, run apps, and it lets you access stuff anytime, anywhere, 24/7 open. I'm sure you guys use Netflix or Spotify. You guys don't download every movie or song onto your phone, right? You stream it from the cloud. So it's stored in a fluffy thing up there somewhere. All of those things which you can access. And that is cloud computing in action. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is essentially like renting a supercomputer instead of buying one. So instead of spending like a $50,000 on a powerful computer, you're renting time and power from Google, AWS, or Microsoft, these giant platforms that give you powerful resources like computing engines and storage. You only pay for how much you're using. It's like a bike sharing app. You don't own a bike, you rent one when you need it, you ride, finish, return. Same with the cloud resources. But here the added benefit is you're only paying for the measured amount, like the amount of petrol that has particularly been required for you to reach your destination. So cloud computing means renting compute power, storage, services from these remote computers. Like you're booking time on a supercomputer, except that you pay tiny bits as you go for how much ever you're using. Another example that I can show to get it down simply for you. You're buying a laptop, so you're owning that laptop, right? You have your own laptop. But when you're renting a VM, a virtual machine, you're renting a laptop in the cloud, it's for as long as you need to build and deploy a huge, massive loaded app, which requires like complex loaded tasks, data analysis and all. Your home laptop might not have the required specs, storage space, or processing power, the CPU, RAM, and efficient speed that a supercomputer might have, which we need. So we just rent it on the cloud platforms like GCP that provide these and build our project or app using our home laptop itself. So that is cloud computing for you guys. And there are essentially 3 service models that the cloud uses. Basically 3 levels of services which we're going to discuss next, which is the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. I want you all to imagine you're building a digital house together, step by step. Come along with me. You essentially first lay the foundations and the walls for building your house, right? And then you imagine you get a space that already has the foundations and walls pre-built, but now you have to build the rooms yourself. So this is infrastructure as a service. The walls and the foundations are there. Basically, you can customize and build the rooms. An example of this from the GCP platform is the Google Compute Engine. You're basically renting raw hardware. You rent virtual machines like digital computers in the cloud, and you can install the OS like Windows, software, everything yourself. It's like getting a bank plot of land and you're like it's blank and you're building your dream home. The next service model, the platform as a service that the cloud uses to provide its service is that you get in platform as a service, you get the foundation plus the plumbing, electricity, and even the furniture work done already. You just have to add your design. It's like basically renting a platform. You have the foundation, the walls, the plumbing, the electricity, and the furniture work. An example of this in the GCP, the Google Cloud Platform, is the Google App Engine. Here you get to focus only on writing the code functions of what our application is doing. We don't need to manage the servers. The platform itself handles the updates, the scaling based on the traffic, and the security, everything else. So it's like staying in a fully furnished Airbnb and you just move in and start living. So in context for our labs, the platform as a service, the PaaS service model is great for deploying web apps quickly without managing the infrastructure. Now, the last service model that we're going to discuss is software as a service. You just open the door and start using the digital house. That's it. No construction, no setup needed. Examples of these are renting ready-to-use apps like the Gmail. This is an example of software as a service. The Gmail, the Google Drive, YouTube. There's no installation, absolutely. You don't install anything in these after you open it. Just log in and go. You can perform your specific tasks. It's like eating at a restaurant. You order, you eat, you leave. There's absolutely no cooking, no cleaning required. Now, to revise what models we just went through, that was the first one was IaaS, infrastructure as a service. You have the foundation and the walls. Platform as a service, where you also have the plumbing, electricity. The platform handles updates, scaling, security. And software as a service, where you have ready-to-use apps. Now I want you all to answer quickly in the chat, which one would you pick if you just want to send an email? Software as a service, platform as a service, or infrastructure as a service? You can just type in the short forms, SaaS, PaaS, or IaaS. Okay, so here it says SaaS. Abdul Majid and Sheikh, all of us are saying, okay, Mohammed Shabuddin is saying platform. The right answer, guys, would be software as a service. Because you want to send an email and you already have a pre-built app that performs that task for you. Now, what if you want to deploy your own app but not manage the OS updates? Correct, yes, it's right. You use platform as a service. You do not want to manage the OS, but you want to deploy your app. You want to build its function and application. All right, that's it for the service models. Moving on to our last two topics. What are virtual machines? What are they? Let's discuss that. Virtual machines are like virtual laptops inside huge data centers. They behave like real machines, but they're actually just software slices running on powerful servers. You can start or stop them, choose their CPU, RAM, attach storage, however you like it. A VM is basically like a computer inside another computer, but in the cloud. It's a virtual simulation of a computer which you can create and configure its specs according to your likes and use it using your actual laptop or your computer. So it's basically like a dorm room. You get your own space, OS apps, but you share the building, the server, the building is a server. And the Google Cloud lets you spin up VMs in like seconds, hardly seconds. So you absolutely got no hardware headaches. You can install anything in it, Python, Node.js, databases. It's like having a personal PC in the cloud that never crashes or needs charging. So you're basically renting a room in a hotel. You control your entire space, but the hotel handles the building, the server. So these are basically software slices. Like if a server is a chocolate bar, the VMs are the slices. Each slice tastes the same, but you only take what you need. Coming to what are buckets. That's it for virtual machines. What are buckets? They're used for storage. In the GCP, buckets are the GCP's object storage. Think of them as lockers or backpacks where you store your files. Imagine a giant digital storage, and files are stored as objects with unique names inside them. And another thing is buckets basically live in a region, like locations. You have to select the region when you're creating a bucket. And they have storage classes too. For example, like you keep items in a daily access locker versus keeping items in a deep storage archive where you hardly ever use them. And you can upload files, photos, videos, data sets. They're stored safely in a bucket and you can access them anywhere via the internet. It's basically a bucket, basically. You can store any kind inside it. It's great for hosting images, backups, data sets, all of it. It's a cloud-based USB drive, but way bigger, way safer. Those were the key terms. Let's just revise. Buckets are basically storage containers. Objects are files inside the bucket. And you can give them public or private access. Basically, that manages who can see it. These were the basic essentials covered for you all. You all now know the core of cloud computing. Just to summarize it, cloud is like a remote superpower. You're renting tech, you're not buying it. And the infrastructure models are the building blocks, which are IaaS, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. VMs, your VMs are your digital rooms to your digital PCs. And buckets are cloud lockers, basically, your cloud storage. That's a quick cloud tour, like from renting kitchens to storing in buckets. And the hands-on labs will create a bucket and spin up a VM. Later, we'll also show you how to redeem your credits before doing all that step by step. Thank you all for listening. Hope you've got an idea of what the cloud really is.
All right, that covers the fundamentals of cloud. Now we'll move on to the next topic, which is what are the key benefits of doing this cloud computing with Google Cloud Platform. For that, we have a speaker, Sami.
So, hello everybody. Um, so, there are a lot of cloud platforms currently available, namely AWS, Azure, GCP. But the good thing about GCP is it is very much bounded into the Google ecosystem. GCP is very beginner friendly because it offers a lot of free learning training paths, and it provides you something like cloud study jams where it gives you interactive labs, and moreover this gives you like $300 of free credits for experimentation. So it is kind of risk free, so that usually these virtual machines databases are paid. So you get this initial $300 so that you can experiment with all of these machines and learn over here. And one other good thing is key, if you go for certifications for GCP, they are pretty much very budget friendly, and they have a lot of learning resources also, and skills learned on GCP translate directly to many other Google tools like Workspace, Maps, and Ads, and it also merges very nicely with modern cloud native technologies like Kubernetes and all. But let me be very honest, GCP is kind of easier to use. It has a very much intuitive user experience. Let's say you got a good opportunity over here right now to learn GCP in this cloud study jam. You can later on migrate to maybe Azure, AWS, totally up to you. But then learning becomes very much easier in GCP. And yeah, they have a lot of good features also. Let's say you already have a virtual machine running on a server, let's say on Azure, you can directly migrate it to GCP. So the migration is effortless. So yeah, over here you can future proof your cloud skills. And this is moreover it, like Ruhina said about virtual machines, databases, all of them are pretty easy over here. The user experience is much more intuitive. You can do it in different methods. So you can do it using the user interface, like using the front end and all. You can also use it through its CLI. So there are a lot of cool things. There are a lot of modules regarding this also. So I hope you explore GCP even after trying for the study jams. It will be a great experience. So yeah, that's moreover it for some of the introductions to GCP. Like any other cloud platform, you can create virtual machines over here, databases over here, and you can also create VPCs, virtual private networks also. So we can go ahead with the demo of how do you get your credits now.
All right. For this, though you have already been given a link for, walking through and redeeming the credits, we'll be showing you how to do it right now. Ruhina will be doing that. Ruhina, can we have you? Could you please share your screen as well while you walk them through the process?
Yes, sure.
All
Let
right.
me just share my screen. 1 minute. All right. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So before you can access all the pathways or basically the syllabus or hands-on labs that are required for you all to earn the badges and rewards for these study jam sessions, you need to have the credits to access those, right? Which aren't free. You need to buy them. Not now, since you've registered for this program with us. Google allots us 400 free credits and a list of hands-on labs that you need to complete for this month-long program. And here's how to redeem it. I'll demonstrate and show you all the process step-by-step story. Please follow it carefully if you've not done this. Now you must have got an email. That gives you the access code for the Cloud Skills Boost credits. You can open that mail. That's one here that I have it, by Google Cloud Edu. If you scroll down, here are the steps and the access code that you've been given for your Google's Cloud Skill Boost program. Now, the first thing you need to do is open an incognito window in your browser, in another browser. I have this open right here. And next, what you're going to do is copy and paste the link that you've been given here in this incognito browser. Now, this link only works. You won't be able to access it through your web login because this is what has been allotted to you guys. Now you can put this unique access code in the pop-up that has appeared, which is given here. Select this pairs. And
just a second, Rina. Guys, all of you who have not redeemed their credits until now and have received their enrollment mail, I want you guys to follow along with Rohina as she is redeeming the credits. Okay? So later you won't face any problems. Okay? You can just follow these simple instructions and get your credits. Is that cool? Just let me know if you're following along or if you need time to open your laptop and get to this. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes. Okay.
You guys can put in the chat if you're ready.
Yeah, just let us know if you're ready or if you need a few more minutes or time, we'll wait for you. All right. No, the code is your own code that you have to use. You cannot use someone else's code because the code that is sent to you is unique to you. All right. The code is not shareable. Do not share your code with anyone at all. All right, sure. Ruhina, can you start over? Before that, is everyone ready?
Okay, sure. I can show the steps. I've entered the code already and submitted it. Right. The first thing
Can you start from the beginning, like from the enrollment mail?
Yes,
That
sure.
would be good.
So all of you must have received the enrollment mail on Wednesday after you've registered. Please check your spam, junk, or somewhere else if you do not find the mail, and it will be you'll get the mail on the one you've registered with us on the Google Forms. So this is the enrollment mail from Google Cloud Edu. You'll find it, and if you scroll down right here, there are steps on how to log in. You can follow along with me right now if you find this confusing. The first thing you need to do is open an incognito browser, an incognito window on your browser. So I'm going to open a new incognito window. Now here, you can find the link to your Google account on this. You should copy this and paste it in your incognito window. Paste and go to this link. No other link would work. Basically, you only the one you've received in your mail. You can only log in through that. This will give you access to the catalog for this arcade program. Now, once you copy paste this, you get this pop-up window that asks you for a code. You have your code right here. This is your unique access code in bold and black. Am I going too fast?
No, you're going just fine. You can continue.
So you can copy this access code of yours and paste it back into the incognito window here. Verify your reCAPTCHA. Oh, 1 minute, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. And you submit. Now, this code is only for you, and we do not have access to these codes. These are separate individual codes that you receive in your mails, and these are not transferable. So ensure that you redeem these, redeem your credits on the enrolled Google account only. Otherwise, your competitions won't be tracked. Now, once I've submitted the code, now I have to sign in. Here is the sign in tab. You have to sign into your Google Cloud Skills Boost account, the one you've created while registering on your on the G forms for the session, for the program. You can enter your mail. I hope everyone has followed so far. Let me know if I need to stop. Okay. Here you sign in.
Try using sign in with Google.
Okay. Yes, and now you enter your Google Cloud account. Your Cloud Learning Catalog appears here. The next thing after you log in your credentials and sign into your account is you sign into, you click on your profile icon, which is on the top right here, and it should show 9 credits. Now, you should now see these 9 credits available. Please give a thumbs up in the chat if all of you have got this. If you don't see them immediately, you can refresh the page or log out. Log out and log in back to check them. Okay, Mohammed Ali has got it. It's showing 35. You must have, are you using a new account for this program? Okay, I see 0 credits. Can you refresh your browser, Omar Ali, and check again? Okay, I see a lot of thumbs up. Those who have credits might have used this account previously for Google Arcade programs. Yes, it is better to use incognito so that there are no account clashes. Yeah, guys, please make sure you're logging in with the correct account, the one you registered for this program with us on the G Forms, Google Forms. Still 0 credits with me. Did you correctly follow the process? Like, did you copy the code and paste it with your new account that you registered with us?
Yes. Also, if any of you have more credits than needed, then that is fine.
Okay. Let me know if anyone has an issue. Okay, to continue, now you have, most of you have probably got 9 credits. And
Just a minute. For those of you who did not get any credits until now, it's showing 0. make sure that you're following the right steps, the ones that Ruhina just showed. Make sure you're following them. If you still do not get it, then just wait till the end of this info session. We are going to have a Q&A. And for those of you who are facing any specific problems, we'll clear them at that time. Alright? Okay, you can proceed, Ruhina.
Okay, now that you've signed in on this platform, the next thing you're going to do is scroll down here and you find this introductory lab, a tour of Google Cloud hands-on lab. You can click on that, and it's loading right now, and start this lab. You're supposed to spend at least 6 minutes in this lab and complete it with a score of 100. Yeah, here. So it takes at max 45 minutes. You can start the lab here. Click on Start Lab. And this is a very simple lab. You'll be done with it quickly. So you just, if you get wrong answers, that changes your score.
You can go back and select the correct answer, and when you submit the correct answer, it will, you can just press on true. Yes, that will be correct. This tour of Google Cloud Hands-on Lab is sort of important. You get to know how to navigate the Cloud Console through this. So make sure you're reading it and not just, putting in any answer and then trying to hard code your way through it.
Yeah. So you just, this is how you, yeah, I hope you guys are following. This will take some time.
It's Google Cloud project. Yeah, it's true. Yes. That's true.
Okay.
You
You
have
have to
to
complete the task
open
for
the
that.
Google Cloud console.
Yes. You can just open the Cloud Console. Every time you open the Cloud Console, you have to log in with the credentials which the lab generates for you, not credentials of your personal mail or anything of that sort. You have to use these, which are at the left. Okay, you can see them. You have to use those.
So I'm copying the password that's given here on the left pane. All right, this is the Google Cloud Console.
You
Really, I
have
think we
to
have
try
to
with that.
complete this. Yes. On the
Yeah.
navigation menu, you have to go and change the IAM and admin. Yes. Okay.
And cost. You have to grant access over here. This is already existing. We just have to give the roles if I'm not wrong. The last one.
Okay.
So we just have to grant access. Yeah, edit them and submit.
Here, we've granted access to this.
I think you
To a second student account.
so you can. I think you have to add a new principal.
Yes.
Is it I am admin? Can you please check again?
You have to give them a viewer role. Yes.
No, I think in the currently used there is one option. Yeah.
Yes, viewer. Right. You save this and now check the progress.
Now this should work. Check. Oh,
Okay.
Right.
cool.
Done.
I think next thing we have.
Rohina, could you also read out the questions while you're answering them?
Okay, sure. So offers quick access to the platform services and also outlines its offerings. So this one would be the navigation menu. Basic roles set project level permissions and unless otherwise specified, control access and management to all the Google Cloud services. So that's true. Provides all viewer permissions plus permissions for actions that modify state, such as changing existing resources.
That should be the
That
editor
would be
role.
the editor. Yes. All
Now,
right. In this, I think you have to enable an API from the API library. Just check which API you have to enable.
Basic. I think you have dialog flow. So API services.
here, API and services.
Yeah.
Library.
Just click on API and services.
Yeah, you can click on library and just loading on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can search over here the dialog something like.
So the API we have to search for is tag flow. Click to enable this API. Now let's verify if our task is done. Checking my progress. And it shows assessment completed. When you start a lab, you need to enable APIs in your project to start working with Google Cloud.
Not yet.
Not yet. Let's pause. So,
Alright, so
we have
yes.
tasks. And we can end our lab here. Now, once you guys complete this lab, or mark, once you guys complete this first lab, which is the tour of Google Cloud Hands-on Lab, you should be able to get your credits automatically. Let me refresh my browser. Yes, here. I've got 400 credits to my account. So it might also take 20 to 30 minutes for your credits to appear. You can be patient. Once you're done with the lab, I'm sure you'll get it.
Okay. You can also follow the video which is given in your mail
Yeah.
in order to complete the lab and follow to get your credits. Now that we have completed the redeeming part, we'll show you how to complete a lab successfully. This will be done by Sun.
So completing a lab will be very similar to what Rahina did just now. So let me try to navigate you guys again. Give me a second. So when you get an email over here, I think everyone of you got an email over here, right? About the enrollment. So over here, after you get all of the credits, you get an option. It will show you the campaign syllabus. So in the whole campaign, you're supposed to complete all of these 20 modules. So some of them are difficult, some of them are pretty easy. The first one is kind of long. You go over here, click on the basics of cloud computing. So this will take you around 2 hours 45 minutes, and this is one of the few huge ones. So if you don't want to get demotivated, you can try something else, but then this gives you a lot of learnings. So right now I have completed this already. So I'll show you how to complete the first one over here. So this lab showcases you how to create a virtual machine over here. Okay. So if you can read over here, the objective over here is to create a virtual machine with the cloud console, and then create a virtual machine using the command line interface. And also the thing is guys, आप लोग को maybe अभी credits नहीं आए होंगे, so just go through the video again, okay? Because we have to go ahead with the info session, so we couldn't wait for everybody, but you guys can check out the recording in the YouTube channel also. So yeah, going forward, we over here first need to start the lab button. So before you start any lab, click on start lab. So you can launch with one particular credit. There is a doubt over here. Someone asked, is there a lab limit or something, like in one day only 15 labs and not more than? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you can only do like 15 labs per day. So you're not done with the process. Okay.
Okay. As for the redeeming process, we'll get back to it after this. Okay. We'll just keep this
Yes,
very
you
short,
guys, you
and
guys,
after that, we'll show you how to do it.
yeah, at least you can just, watch it how to complete a particular lab, like you can understand what is happening, then you can do it by yourself also later on. So yeah. So firstly, when you start a particular lab, so right now what you could do is you can go to an incognito window or something, or just open it on the side. So it will ask you for the skills boost account. So basically, you have to sign in with this username and password, but then it automatically happens for me because I've already done it before. So over here, after this, you will get logged into your Google Cloud account. Okay. So now what it says is, firstly, it tells you to activate your Cloud Shell. So the Cloud Shell will be somewhere you will be writing scripts, or maybe it is like a mini virtual machine over here that is attached to your Google Cloud account. So you can create new virtual machines through the terminal. You don't have to do it through the user interface. You can do it through the terminal. So I'll show you how you can create a new virtual machine, and then we'll look into how do you create it through the terminal. So that is all about what you learn in the create a virtual machine module. So over here I got the terminal is open. This is a basic Linux terminal. You can do ls, You can do mkdir, I don't know, something like GCP, do ls, the folders open. This is like a typical Linux terminal. Let me just remove it for now. Okay, so this is a typical terminal over here. It's a basic virtual machine. We'll go into it a little more. Now, it asks you to type down some of the commands. So when you do, when you put down these commands, it shows you your, account name. So you can do this inside the terminal, and then it'll provide you with the current account name, student account name, that is a proprietary of Quick Labs. Now, after this, you can do list project. So this will show you which project you are linked to. So let's say you do this. So it show you are linked to the Quick Lab GCP this part. So you see this open project picker. So this particular project, it shows you through the terminal. Okay. So now this is the basic stuff, showing you what project I am in, showing you which what's the account name of mine. After this, what we are going to do is we are going to set some config. So let's say you create a virtual machine. Let's say you create a database. So there is a lot of data centers throughout the world. Where do you want to create a virtual machine at? Okay, so you can do that through setting it through your config. Like ये configuration मैं पहले ही set करके रख दे रहा हूँ. अगर मैं कभी mention नहीं करा कि मैं वो कहीं भी set नहीं करना, तो तुम हमेशा यही configuration के base पे, यही region पे नया instance बनाओ, नया virtual machine बनाओ, या नया what do you call database बनाओ. Okay, so when I set the region, you go over here, and then you can set the region over here. So it sets the region to Europe West. Okay, so updated the property. Now, what are export region, export zone? So these are basically variables. You will use it later on, not right now. You'll use it later on. So better to just create these variables onto your CLI. So you have a region. I'm not sure if I do a region. Dikta na, you don't. ऐसा नहीं दिखता. But then region is Europe West, and then your zone is something like this. So now we are here with some juicy bits. We're going to create a new virtual machine through the cloud console, meaning the environment, the user, that what do you call, the front end, or user interface. So for now, what I'll do is I will close the CLI. Wait, what's happening? Okay. Over here, when I click on the navigation menu, I'll get something called the compute engine. When I click on this compute engine, this is basically, okay, before anything, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Go to preferences, go to appearance, click dark mode, click save. Nice. Now go back to your whatever you're doing. What were we doing? Compute engine, right? What are we going to create right now? We are going to start an instance right now. Instance of a virtual machine. It might be, a compute engine might be called something else in the AWS world. It might be called something in the Azure world. But then it is called compute engine in the GCP world. So basically, कोई भी virtual machine बनाना है ना? Oh, okay, that's good. So if you want to create a virtual machine, click on this click instance button. Okay. Now next, whatever. Now over here, you have to write the name of your virtual machine. Okay. This guy wants me to name it to GCE Labs, if I'm not wrong. Name the virtual machine. So basically, it will run a script on the backend to check if you have actually created it or not. Then what it wants me to create this in the region Europe West 4. Okay, so Europe West 4, that is the normal thing. अब मेरे को इन्हें बोल रहा है zone Europe West 4 B पे जाओगे. So I'll go here B. Now there are different types of series you can use. You can either use the E21, N21, N2, D1. So if you look into it, you will okay, wait, this is the code. Let's not go over here. I will reduce the screen size for now. Yeah, तो usually देखो ये virtual machine जो है ये paid रहता है. You can see this something like $28. But right now it wouldn't charge you anything because you are doing it through the Google Study Jams. Nothing will be paid for you. All of this will be free for you. I'm just telling it because if next time you try this and you see this money thing, don't. It's fine. You do it for. It's kind of free. अब जाके यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं अच्छा ये कितना पैसों का है तुम्हारा scale out workload. So a very very big workload. So it might cost you much more. It costs you something like, how much is this? $35 or something. So, but what I want right now, I want an E2 low cost day-to-day computing machine for myself. Okay. What I'll do after that, in the machine type, I will, it's still showing 35 credits. Okay, guys, आप लोग है ना थोड़ा वो YouTube वीडियो देख लो, ठीक है? We will, you guys can try it out again. इंशाल्लाह आ जाता आप लोग के पास भी. Over here, you can select the amount of CPUs you want. Let's say आपका एक कंप्यूटर है, 2 GB RAM है, या 4 GB memory है, and कितने core का रहता. Over here, this thing wants me to select something like an E2 medium. And yeah, I have E2 medium selected. It's kind of the cheapest option you could in US get. Okay? And then next it tells me that click on the OS and storage, choose the operating system as Debian. Okay? Okay, Debian as the operating system. So it's a Linux operating system. Okay, I will go to the OS and storage. I'll change it to Debian, which is already Debian, and then the Debian Linux bookworm. The size is 10 GB. Cool. I have selected this. Pretty good. Now after that, I have to go to networking and then allow HTTP traffic. Okay, I have to go to networking and then allow HTTP traffic. So what does networking in firewall basically means is key, do you want your particular virtual machine to be accessed from the world? So if you want it to be accessed from the world, you can allow HTTP and HTTPS. But let's say you only want yourself to use, it's your own personal computer. You don't want to deploy. If you want to deploy a website on the virtual machine, you should allow traffic from the world because you want people to come to your website. But let's say you're doing something of your own. You want to create a home lab or maybe your wish. You can do anything, but then you don't want anyone to look at it. So you just don't tick this option. Okay. Next. Yeah, now scroll down to create and launch a virtual machine. Boom. Okay, let's go. Let's create. So you can create the virtual machine. GC Labs, that is it. That is my virtual machine ka naam. Okay. It might take 30 seconds or something. Do we have any doubts other than the lab not being visible? And कोई भी doubt है तो if you can chat में डाल दो guys. Okay, I think no one has a doubt. So we can now what we have to do is basically enter into the virtual machine, right? So this is the GC lab. As soon as this gets created, I will enter into the virtual machine. Okay, let me refresh. Okay, what should I reload? Yeah, cool. This is created now. I'll go to GC labs. Okay, now I will enter. Oh yeah, just close. I want to enter, right? So I will click on SSH. Okay, when I click on SSH, I can enter into my GCE Labs key virtual machine. Okay, now it is using SSH keys to connect to this virtual machine. SSH key is a very different concept. These are used to connect to your particular machine. This provides you private and public keys. So that is a different thing, whole different thing, not out of scope of our current session. So yeah, over here I have connected. I have clicked on SSH, and now I can access my virtual machine through my browser. Okay, this is like a basic computer. ये मेरे computer के just yes I can from my side. I hope you guys complete all the tasks. There are some very small ones also. Like let's say you go to this. Let's say you go to Looker. It is not very long. It is only like 1 hour. Let's say you go to man, where was their workspace? This one. So ये वाला बहुत ही छोटा है, 15 मिनट में आप कर ले सकते हैं. You can get
Okay.
this certification also. So it's pretty easy. So Don't get demotivated and all. Try to do it till the
Yeah,
end. Aman, back to you. ठीक है? चलो.
right. Sami, could you stop sharing? Salah, could you just share the next slide? All right. Okay, so we'll now be starting the Q&A session. Any of you who may have any doubts at all, you can ask right now. We'll try to clear them with. You can raise your hand before you open your mic. I believe there were a lot of people who could not.
Yeah, the timer runs out, everything goes away. So yeah, if the timer runs out, you might not be able to. I mean, जितना भी आप करें, आपका पूरा चले जाता. So I think जितना time मिला वो it's more than enough to complete. Will you send the VM every time for a specific topic from the syllabus? What do you mean by VM? Uh,
I believe he means the virtual machine.
Okay, you need to set the virtual machine every time for. Yeah, matlab, it will be given in the instructions.
Yes, sometimes
So
you may have to create a new virtual machine, or sometimes you may have to use an existing virtual machine depending on the lab and what you're trying to do. Okay.
yeah, and yeah, benefits of completing the campaign is you'll get the swags, and obviously you'll get a certification. You can just put it on a LinkedIn. And yeah, the best thing is you'll get to learn the particular platform. I mean, that is the biggest the good thing that you can later on you can explore some other know providers
All
also.
right.
It's up to you.
As for tracking your progress, you can just go to your public profile. There you will be able to see what are badges you have, and that will show you how much of the syllabus that you have completed for the campaign. Okay. How many labs should you do per day? As many as you can, so that you can finish off the campaign before your academic start, and you have to divide time later. So try to do as much as possible during this vacation. Like, how much time does it take to complete the entire course? It depends from person to person. I wouldn't say that you try to complete it all like in 1 week or something. Try to do as much as you can in one day and then go on with, completing things. It shouldn't take you more than 10 days if you do it every day.
Yeah, I think a bucket is kind of different from a persistent disk. So in a disk, what you do is you attach it to a virtual machine. So let's say let's say you create a database inside a virtual machine, you can attach it to the disk. And the same disk, you can attach it to another virtual machine also. A bucket is usually used for storing images, storing videos. It is used for content delivery networks. So like uh, pushing out videos, all the random things like code, you can put it over there. So let's say there is this Instagram में YouTube video चल रही, तो people might put that particular video into a bucket. He won't put it in a database or a persistent disk. So yeah, that is it.
Okay, Sami Mohammed, you have raised your hand. Do you have anything to say or ask? You can unmute yourself. How to create a virtual machine?
Virtual machine can be created through the user interface as well as the CLI. I mean, there is a particular module. So if you do the module, I'm pretty sure you'll understand how to create a virtual machine.
Yes, Sami just now showed how to do the creation of a virtual machine through both of the processes. So you can just look back on this video. We'll be uploading this on YouTube, so you can watch that again if you want to understand. How many labs do we have to complete in this campaign? You'll have to complete all of the labs which are there in the mail which you have gotten in the syllabus. Okay. Do we have to do labs from the syllabus or ready for more low
Do
cost ones?
the ones which are from the syllabus first. And if you have
Yes.
credits left, yeah, it's totally up to you. You can, climb up the leaderboard if you do more of them, but try to do the ones which are in the syllabus so that, you can qualify for getting swags.
And certificates as well. You won't get the certificate if you do not complete the labs which are there in the syllabus. So make sure you're prioritizing the courses which are there in the syllabus first. And after you're done completing all of the syllabus, you can go around and explore more of Google Cloud Skills Boost. There are a lot of courses if you are still interested.
You followed, but then you didn't get the 9 credits. So I'm assuming that आप नया अकाउंट नहीं बनाए थे शायद.
See,
Did
if
you?
you got the mail, then what you have to do is you firstly open both of it in incognito. All right, and do it. Follow all of the instructions which are there in the mail that you got, and then you will get the 9 credits, and then you complete the tour of the cloud console, and then you will get all of your 409 credits.
Aman, is there a
If
possibility that you might get a mail, but then your email was wrong?
no, if you have gotten the enrollment mail, that means your profile has been verified and your profile is valid. So you can proceed with getting the credits. There should not be any problems with that. If you
Yeah,
still face any problems, you can
you can
ask.
do your labs with an iPad. I'm pretty sure you could do it. Yeah, this will
Well,
be
just give
posted on
it.
YouTube. Yes.
Yes, yes. There were some students who contacted me saying that they were not able to redeem their credits no matter how much time they followed the instructions in the mail. Do we have those people here? If you guys are here, you can raise your hand. Okay. Okay. Syed Kashaf Mohammed Ansari. Okay, can you? Okay, so we have technically concluded the session. The only thing that is left to say is that make sure you're opening all of the labs in your incognito mode. Make sure that you're following all of the best practices. Okay, make sure you're using the credentials which are given by Google Cloud when you're opening any labs. Okay, make sure you're also using the mail which is connected to your Google Cloud Skills Boost. Don't use any of your personal mails or you will get charged for using any of the cloud services. Okay. Okay, we have ended this session. Now, those who are facing any problems can stay back and explain your problem. We'll try to guide you through it. Okay, thank you everyone for being here.